Camilla, hello to you. I have to say, very rarely when we do our job in politics does my jaw drop. When I heard that Sue Gray had got this job with Keir Starmer, my jaw hit the floor.
It is quite extraordinary, isn't it? I mean, even if you think that the report wasn't a stitch-up of Boris Johnson, and in fact, he himself said that he felt vindicated by the report, some say it could have gone a lot harder than it actually did. Even if you don't think that, you still might think that there's a degree of inappropriateness to somebody who's in that privileged civil service position, no doubt in the possession of a huge amount of sensitive information, then walking straight from that role to the leader of the opposition's office and acting as Sir Keir Starmer's right-hand woman. I mean, it just does smell decidedly iffy. Of course, there are questions to be asked about when she started negotiations with Keir Starmer over this job. If it was weeks or if not months ago, as the Times has reported today, then of course serious questions need to be asked about her impartiality with regard to the Partygate probe, if she was having an additional dialogue as to her career prospects with the Labour leader's office.
We pointed out in the Daily Mail today, Camilla, she blocked somebody from Number 10 going to the House of Lords for 12 months because she thought there had to be a decent space between the two jobs. She's breaking her own rules there because she wants to start with Keir Starmer right away.
I mean, I think the instantaneous nature of her resignation has also raised eyebrows, this idea that suddenly she's left this job. I mean, I think the first that the Cabinet Secretary, Simon Case, heard of it was when the news broke. I don't think he was given prior warning, which again suggests a degree of iffiness about the entire process. I mean, I think if you are in that robust civil service role and you're supported by people that keep on banging on about impartiality and nothing to see here, that there shouldn't be any fear of an investigation. The whole thing should be probed. I think the Cabinet Office are looking at it, and rightly so. I think anyone in the civil service who defends the civil service as being impartial won't have anything to worry about by an investigation.
Are you surprised she's taken this job? Because everything I'd read about her and written about her prior to this was she was supposed to be shrewd, steeped in impartiality, a model civil servant. Do you think she didn't realise just how big a row this would trigger?
I'm not sure, really. I mean, it's hard to be able to speak on her behalf. I don't know her personally. I have actually heard very good things about Sue Gray and that she isn't particularly political, in inverted commas, and lots of people do speak to her sense of professionalism, dedication to the job and hard work. So at the same time, I think there's people who are her allies are surprised by her taking this decision and the rapidity of it. I think there are some in the civil service that are sort of scratching their heads wondering whether she did predict that it would cause this fallout. But I think to be linked to the Partygate probe on one hand and then to be linked to Keir Starmer on the other isn't the best look.
And, of course, you alluded to that, Camilla, in your first answer. She's in charge of ethics and propriety. She may know of all sorts of other investigations that are underway into perhaps Conservative MPs, Liberal Democrat MPs, and working in the Cabinet Office too. She's got access to all sorts of highly sensitive government information, which she can take all along with her to her new job in the Labour HQ.
Yes, I mean, to be fair, there will be a strong argument to suggest that, look, people can leave newspapers and go to other newspapers. People can leave companies and go to other companies, and they don't share sensitive information that might scupper their previous employer. But at the same time, yeah, I think that's why the Cabinet Office is right to look at this and to ask these questions, to say, well, look, what information has she been party to? What information could be potentially prejudicial to the government should she take it to the leader's office? And how is she going to manage what she knows in regard to her new job?